everyone, Alec Eldrer, the guy who does these side quest videos here, and welcome to the 4th episode of Side Quest, where I, the side quest gamer, show you where all the warp whistles are in my favorite game of all time, being Super Mario Bros. 3. It's about time I made another one of these types of videos, because, well, why not? Now, what are the purpose of these warp whistles? Well, if you collect them, you can enter the secret warp world and skip to the world of your choosing, which is convenient for picking up where you left off due to a lack of a save battery in the original NES release. Depending on where you use it allows access to a certain set of worlds. If you collect 2 and use them in the first world, you can skip to worlds 2, 3, and 4, and use it again there, you can skip to 5, 6, or 7. But if you use them in later levels, you wouldn't even have to use all 3 to get to the final world, being World 8. It would just require 2 warp whistles instead. Now, where are the 3 warp whistles? Let me show you, as they are kind of obscure in terms of acquisition. There are hints throughout the game, but nothing that's really helpful in the long run. To get to this warp whistle, you have to go to level 1-3. You don't need anything but the ability to press a button. Do you have that ability? That's good, okay. Now, near the end of the level, go to the top of a white box, hold down for a few seconds and you'll fall into the background. Run to the end of the stage and a toad will give you a treasure chest with a warp whistle inside. How anyone was supposed to figure that out on their own is beyond me, because even though there's a letter from the princess later in the game, it isn't a lot help in that regard. But I guess you have to think outside the box, right? Get it? Because you were on top of a box? Never mind, tough crowd. Now for the second warp whistle, to get it, you do need a raccoon leaf, but luckily that's included in the level itself, so you don't really need to bring anything other than the ability to get good at the level. So go to the first castle in World 1, get all the box power-ups, especially if you're small Mario, but if you survive the not-so-tricky obstacles and get the raccoon leaf in the second part of the stage, build up speed in the area near the second door. Once you're at full power, fly to the ceiling left of the second door until you can't see Mario and fly to the right. Now run to the right on top of the ceiling until the screen stops scrolling. Press up as it's a secret doorway to a lone small treasure chest with a second warp whistle. You do exit this level when you collect it, but because you didn't beat the Boom Boom stage boss, you don't unlock the gate in the overworld. But if you were planning on getting the warp whistle, it's not like you were going to stay at Grassland for long anyways. Now for the final warp whistle, go to Desert Land, the second world in the game, and when there's a fork in the road, you need to finish level 2-5. Once you do that, go to what appears to be a background decoration, but it's not. For this warp whistle, you'll need a hammer item you'd get from one of the Desert Boomerang Brothers patrols. Once you get that from them, use the hammer on the top rightmost rock formation and it'll reveal a secret path. This one is also talked about in a letter from the princess, but it's not really the most helpful as to how to get there in the first place. So defeat the really powerful Fire Brothers duo, and you're rewarded with the final warp whistle in the game. Well done, cadet. You are now going to become a powerful side questian like me, now that you can use the power of world warping. And if you didn't do this side quest, that's fine. I like to play the entire game myself. I only do the warp whistle side quest just for the sake of it being available. Overall, I say the hunt for the warp whistles is definitely worth it, because it's very helpful in picking up where you left off for the original release, and there were no restore points or save batteries that'll pick up where you left off. No, all you had were either passwords or this. Man, it doesn't take too long to find them. It only took me about 15 minutes, so it's very helpful in going to the world where you died at and had to turn off the console for whatever reason. So, go for it. And that's all I have to say on that matter. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember to stay awesome!